And we're back with a not so cheap movie review right after this. As the Halloween season approached this year, I was looking for something Halloween to watch. I'd seen so many Halloween movies, slasher films and things like that, and I was wanting something a little more subtle. I'm kind of an old guy, so I do like something with a little more heft to it, a little more weight, and so I just happened to be walking through my local Walmart and found the OMEN collection by Scream Factory, no less, in my little tiny Walmart. And I was so ecstatic, I grabbed it and ran to the register. So that's why it's not such a cheap movie. But did pick this up. It's a 5-disc set from Scream Factory. It has all 5 movies, which you didn't know there were 5 probably, because God knows I didn't. I knew there was the original 3. You had the Omen, Damien 2, and the Final Conflict with Sam Neill. And I remember seeing all those as a youngster growing up. But I had not heard of Omen 4, The Awakening, and I knew that they had done a remake with Liev Schreiber instead of Gregory Peck of The Omen, so it's just The Omen. Now what I didn't know about the films, because it came out in the 70s when I was a kid, and the original one came out in 76, and I was really kind of stunned by this when I started watching special features, because that's the thing about Scream Factory is the special features. Look at this fine case. You got the fine case. You got all the films inside. Great artwork on them. On the original Omen, they all have little interior art. It's not a reversible cover, but it does have the interior art. And which this one has David Warner in the dark room. If you've never seen the film, he's one of the characters in the film. But the original Omen, watching the special features, there was a lot of things I didn't know about the film. Of course, I knew it was Gregory Peck and Lee Remick. I remember as a kid being scared of Lee Remick falling off the stairs, because that's a plot point in the film. And so I was a little taken aback by that as a kid, and so I was a little scared of the film. And there's an excellent scene that they talk about where she falls and hits the floor, and Lee Remick was like, I ain't doing that. And they kind of had to do a little Hitchcock and figure it out. But Richard Donner directed the original Omen and was asked to do so. And he was a great director, and this is what got him the job to direct Superman. And then, of course, he directed Superman, Superman 2, but he didn't get credit for Superman 2, even though he directed the majority of it. And that wasn't his cut. And then now you can buy the Donner cut. But he went on to a great film career. But originally he started in TV, filming Kojak, and which I also watched as a kid and had no idea that he did. But anyway, when he got to do the Omen, it just really, he said it was a good Omen because it was a great success for him and it helped him out. There was a lot of course, iffy things that happened during production. Gregory Peck's plane got hit by lightning, some things like that they talk about in the special features. But his plane got hit by lightning, but it kept flying. It didn't disable the plane, and the next plane come over and it got hit by lightning too. So 2 of the actors in the film, their plane got hit by lightning. But it was just bad storms at the time. But there was all kinds of little things in that. There's, of course, they don't really talk about it in this, and I guess because he's not, they see him as just a regular actor, not a genre actor. But the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton, plays a priest in the film, a very key priest in the film, and he gets impaled. And they were talking about how when they were doing the special effects scene that Patrick Troughton didn't want to get impaled because, you know, they were going to have this big spire fall off a church, get struck by lightning, fall off a church, and go through him. And he was like, they're like, you stand right here, and it's a piece of balsa wood. It's going to go down a line, and it'll land right here. And he's like, no, no, it's going to hit me. It's going to stab me. And they're like, no, dude, we've got it set up. It's not going to do that. And they had it set up to where he had it was some kind of telescoping rod went in his shoulder and then out his leg. When the pressure hit that, then it shot one down his leg, and so it looked like it actually went through him, but it did not. And one of the plot points in the film is that they talk about Damien, of course, the omen, the child. The omen is the birthmark that he has on his head, which is the 666, which is in the book of Revelations, that the devil will have 666 upon his head. So that's the mark of the beast. So he's going to have that mark. But they talk about, after Patrick Troughton is dead, they talk about how he had that tattoo on the inside of his, not a tattoo, but a birthmark. They thought it was a tattoo, and it was on the inside of his leg. So they say that people that serve Satan have that mark, but he's the only one that has it other than Damien. So I thought that was kind of an odd thing they just kind of throw away. Now, Richard Donner, in talking about the original film and talking about the Omen, he says that he set it up to where you could either believe it or not, that it was like your choices are that this could just be a really bad day. Gregory Peck has had a really bad day, and he's believing all this, and he really shouldn't. And then people are telling him to kill his own child. Kill your child because he's the Antichrist. And so then, you know, he's snapping and going insane because it's more of a tension thriller than an actual biblical thing. And that's how Richard Donner kind of explained it. And that's how he explained it to Greg Peck, and that's how Gregory Peck got in this movie. So, and him being in it gave it gravitas, you know, gave it a sense of class. And so that was another thing, because you'd had The Exorcist come out. We start thinking about movie history and the time in the 70s when all this stuff was coming out. I kind of knew what was going on, but I really didn't because I was too young. So I remember The Exorcist coming out and everybody freaking out about this. This particular movie, one guy said, you know, one of the producers, I think Harvey Bernard, called David Seltzer, who had wrote the script and said, did you see The Exorcist? Write me something like that. And that's how it got started. They actually took it to Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers decided to do Exorcist II, The Heretic, and so this got shuffled off as they didn't want to do it, and 20th Century Fox picked it up. Now, it went to 20th Century Fox, and then Fox had a success with it. It was a big blowout success, and it really kind of freaked people out. And that was produced by George Ladd Jr., or Laddie. A lot of people call him Laddie. And Laddie was producing Star Wars with George Lucas, and the money got them enough money to finish Star Wars. Because if you go back and you watch some of these documentaries, they talk about how Hello Dolly had trashed. Planet of the Apes kind of saved Hello Dolly because they did Beneath the Planet of the Apes, uses some of those sets. But anyway, they lost a bunch of money. And so Planet of the Apes kind of saved the studio at that time, and even Beneath the Planet of the Apes. That's why they made so many of them, is because they kept being successes. And so they made those, and then by the time this come around, then The Omen was a success and got them back in the red with got them back in the black with their money, so they could finish Star Wars. So, and then of course Star Wars was a little movie, did really well. But just interesting to think about cinema history and how all that goes, and you probably talked too long about that. But anyway, Omen, the original Omen, great film, a lot of fun. Well, not necessarily a lot of fun, but you know, it's a good scare and enjoyable. Now, Damien, Omen 2, I saw a lot when I was growing up because apparently it got on HBO, and by God, they ran it. They ran that thing to pieces. And I remember it being on a lot. I remember really liking Lee Grant that's in it. William Holden and Lee Grant are both two gravitas actors that showed up to be in this one because everybody else, you know. So they show up to take care of Damien, and it's a great thriller. It has a lot of great people in it, and then it kind of just, you know, it carries on in like accidents happen to people around Damien kind of thing. Started but have not finished is the final conflict with Sam Neill. It was the first movie I remember Sam Neill being in, and he's quite young. He might be 30 in this, 29 or 30. And I've started watching this one, haven't got all the way through it or through the special features. So looking forward to that. Might do a separate review on that. Then Omen 4, never even freaking heard of it. Just saying. Omen 4. So looking forward to that. So thought I'd check that out, see how that's going. Then we have the remake with Liev Schreiber, which I have not seen. I think it came out in 2006. And, you know, he's another actor with some gravitas. I think more so now than then, and just a critically acclaimed actor, and to have him in that and do that kind of film, it's just cool. But anyway, here is the entire set, 5-disc set, the OMEN Collection Deluxe Edition. Well worth your time. I did see it has the big bird from Damien on the back, the big crow, and then we've got some nice new artwork with Damien from the first film, a hound, and some crows. So a nice artwork there. But it does have a J card that goes with it, just a back copy that comes right off, and you can store with your little setup here and not even miss a beat, have it in there as well. But a nice, beautiful set. I'd seen that they had done another set of OMEN, and it wasn't nowhere near as nice as this. And so to have the 5-disc set and have it all separate, and I think it only had 4 of the films. I don't think it had the OMEN 4 in it. I think it just had the remake and the original 3 that Warner had done, or I guess Fox had done. But anyway, just a lovely little set. Not so cheap ass. Average price is around 40 bucks, but happened to luck up on a deal at my Walmart and got it for under that. So the OMEN, something you might want to check out. I hadn't seen them. I'd actually seen Mark a Horror review this set and talk about this set, and just happened to see it in my Walmart, and that bad boy is gone. Picked that up. So if you like this video, all you got to do to see more videos like it is to hit like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate that. You could also share it with your friends if they like films, and we could all talk about films. If there's a film that you like or you'd like me to review, all you got to do is message me here at the bottom of this video, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram, and we can talk cheap ass movies. I'm Eric Stafford saying I hope you have a great time at the movies.